All right, hi, and welcome to the first ever episode of Unorthodox, a podcast where we celebrate unique and dynamic individuals who um, live life to the beat of their own drum. I'm here with my guest Gionni Irizarry, and I think he is a someone who embodies the word unorthodox, doing many unique and different things. Definitely goes against the grain. Um, so yeah, Gionni, how are you?
How you doing, Trace? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for being here. I
No,
appreciate it.
thank you for the invite. Thank you for the interview. I really appreciate it. Uh, I am more than ecstatic to be here.
Yeah, so I guess let's start. How long have we known each other? Probably. Well, I guess I've known you. My first time ever meeting you had to be probably when I was 20, 21, and man, I'm 37 now.
Many,
So
many moons ago.
many, many moons. But I don't think you knew me then. I just remember seeing you, just kind of out about in the bars, or just because you always had this unique style about you, wearing all black, as you can see here. You're wearing
Yeah,
this maroon zip up here, which is uncommon.
yeah.
Um,
You
and
should
I
see my
definitely want,
wardrobe. It's
yeah,
nothing but black shirts, black pants,
yeah,
everything.
that's funny. No,
Yeah,
and then I think we probably became friends close, maybe I don't know, 5 years, 4 or 5 years ago, probably starting to
yeah,
really have conversations, stuff like that.
yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Start hanging out.
So tell me, what is it that you're doing nowadays?
Okay, so this year I started my new journey. I got my food truck up and running, and what I
What's the
do
name of the
is
food truck?
Mexican cuisine. I do Mexican foods and Puerto Rican foods, and you can't find Puerto Rican foods on this side of Michigan. So, I on that department, I'm the only one cooking like that. You know?
Yeah, no, and it was good. I was at my friend's house. We were playing some poker, and had knocked a few drinks back last time I saw you. And on my way home, I was actually heading to my girlfriend's house. She lives near where you have your food truck, and I stopped in there just to get a burrito. And I think I got something off menu. I just told you, give me everything, every damn thing you got, man. And it did
Yeah.
not
Hey,
disappoint.
I
I'm
tried.
out there.
I tried to cook to please people.
Yeah, man, and it was really good, and I love how you when you grilled it, so I got that good grill flavor. But this thing was a food baby for real. Like it was bigger than anything you get at Qdoba or Chipotle, which is big enough as it is. But it was, and I had a hard, I didn't finish it. I had to take it with me. It was so big.
It's your money's
Uh,
worth. It's
I
huge.
definitely got my money's worth. I think I spent like I don't know, like 12 or 14, maybe it was $14,
Yeah, it's
and
like
that's
this
not bad
big
for a
and
food.
about
Yeah,
way big. It's huge.
and your prices are not bad for food trucks. Normally, food trucks are
I
usually pretty
appreciate that.
expensive. I thought yours was very affordable. So while I was eating at the bar, um, the bartender came up to me and said, "Have you tried his chicken chili yet?" And I'm like, "No, I don't."
Chicken white chili. Yeah,
Yeah, the white chicken chili. I'm like, "No." So she's like, "You have to try it." So I went out there and got it, and I think it was like $4 for a nice tub of it.
yeah.
And I'm like, I head home after that for sobered up a little bit, and I was sitting there like watching TV, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna try that chicken chili. I was not hungry at all, man. Let me tell you, I ate the entire thing. Dude, it was so good. I couldn't believe how good it was. I'm pretty certain you take because there was pinto beans in it, which is
Yeah,
not which is uncommon, I think, for white chicken chili.
yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you had to blend those up or immerse that emulsion blender or something
Oh
because
yeah.
the chili was
I
so
do I
thick.
do a few tricks in there,
Yeah,
with some Spanish seasoning, some sofrito to make it, you
some
know.
mojo or something in there.
Oh yeah, I put
Yeah.
some love. I put some love. That's all it
It,
is.
dude, and like it was so good. I almost like went back the next day because this was on a Friday. I almost went back the next day to get it, and I didn't. But I was thinking about it for probably a week straight. The chili was that good,
No, thank you. I appreciate
and
that.
that's
Appreciate that.
something you didn't think you could get. You know, like a Mexican, right? You know,
Yeah,
that's kind of like a American sort of dish, right?
yeah.
But yeah, man, it
I
was
just
awesome.
well, here's the
Tell
thing.
us a little bit about that. Give us little something.
Well, you figure if you're gonna grab a dish and you're gonna put it, especially when it gets cold in Michigan. Michigan, as soon as October comes in, that's you know good for soups and chili and stuff like that. So I figured I was thinking, what do I want it to put in the food truck that is not normally, you can't normally have it, can't find it anywhere unless you're doing, grandma cooks it on anything like that. But you can't go to a restaurant and order white chicken chili. At least in my experience, I haven't found it around here. So
Yeah.
I wanted to bring something different. And actually, it started with my good friend Bruce Whitehead. He made it for me a while back, and I liked the way that he did it. So I grabbed what he did and enhanced it, and decided to do all the seasoning Spanish stuff, until it evolved into the white chicken chili that I have now. And I eat 2 or 3 bowls throughout the night when I'm in my food truck, which I got to stop that because I'm gaining weight. I got to watch my figure,
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
but
No,
I'm glad you like the food, man. I'm glad you like
yeah,
the food.
it's the chicken chili was profound. Like
Thank you.
it's something that I will never forget. I'm serious, like it's that good, and I'm not
Thank
just
you.
saying that because you're on this show. So,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
but
the love. Thank you for the love.
yeah, yeah, of course. So, but that kind of brings me into we'll transition somewhere else because that was the second time I've been in your food truck. The first time I went, there was a young lady in the window there, and someone told me it was your daughter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously,
Aubrey.
yeah, you don't. She doesn't look like you, different complexion. So
Yeah.
it kind of made me curious a little bit, like,
Okay.
oh, yeah,
So,
obviously it's not his blood relative. So tell me a little more about that unique family dynamic.
okay. So here's the way it goes. So I dated Aubrey's mom, and I dated her for 2.5 years. And when I met her, she had just given birth to Aubrey, and I fell in love with her, and I've been raising her since she's been 2 months old, and I'm the only dad she ever knew. She's blonde, blue eyes, just like
Hmm.
me, and
Yeah.
it's funny because I have had people go, "Is she just like you?" Like one time I was at Walmart and I had her. She was just 3 years old, and I had her in my hand. Of course, she's got blonde hair, blue eyes, and the lady looks at me, looks at her, and goes, "Oh my gosh, she looked just like you." I looked at her. I'm like, "Ma'am, she's white."
Yeah.
And the whole line stopped busting laughing. But I told her, I said, "No, that's my daughter. That's I might not physically have made her, but that is mine. That's my daughter all the way. I raised her, and I always say it's not who makes the kid, is who raised the kid. So
Yeah, the biggest thing is modeling, right? The behaviors that we model
oh yeah,
it's so crucial to rearing any child, right? That's
yeah, especially
and I'm a big if that nature versus nurture thing, it's
yes,
nurture to me is always wins. I
yes,
mean,
oh
there's
yeah,
certain
that hands
things that
down.
always comes out right that are in your nature, but nurture is always
Yeah,
it, man. And that's such a beautiful story. Um, I want to thank you for doing that. I'm sure
oh yeah,
people have, but if they haven't, I want to take the time now to acknowledge that, man, because that's not easy to love something that isn't yours like that, and
yeah.
that's truly amazing that you stepped up, and I'm sure she's very thankful for it as
Oh
well.
yeah, like oh yeah. As a matter of fact, today I took her to dinner.
Yeah,
Before I got here, me and her was in dinner, and I told her I was going to do this interview. And she's funny. It's funny that you said that because she asked me. She goes, "Are you going to say something about me?" And I'm like, "Baby, this is going to be probably business and stuff. So I'm not sure what the interview is going to be entail about." But then it's funny that you asked this because now I could tell her, "Hey, it was asked about you." So she's gonna love that. She's gonna love that.
yeah.
You know.
No, it's good, and fatherhood's something that's very important to me. So it was probably going to come up anyway. You know what I mean? But it
Yeah.
uh,
No, I don't mean to interrupt you. I believe
yeah, go ahead.
that this generation, especially this generation of kids, need some stability. A lot of the kids are really messed up in the head. They are confused, and they, I think that it had to be with a section of our history. A couple years back, you had babies having babies,
Mm.
and so when you have a kid real young, you're a kid yourself. So I think that being a father figure, I mean, everything that I have around me is women. I mean, I have my goddaughter, my daughters. I mean, you know, my mom, my, you know what I'm saying? Everything around me is hell. I need I need a son. That's what I need. I need a son to carry my last name and all that. That's what I need. But what I'm saying is very important. There's no reason why you can't be an example uh, to the people around you.
That's
And I'm
exactly
not
it.
saying that it's easy. I'm not saying that it's easy because it takes uh, an amount of willpower to be able to live an example. And it's not just living an example for a moment. You have to be constant. You have to um, uh, be an example, not just one time or two times. It's just you got to be an example to where when they always look at you, they see a pillar of solid values. And that's, I think that's important for any child. And I love being a parent. I love being a parent. There's people that are not made to be a parent, and it's sad to say. And there's people that love being a parent. I'm one that I love being a father. You know, just last year I lost my dad. I lost my dad in 2023. You know, and you know, that was a heartbreak. You know, but I spent the last 2 months with him. I gave him massage every day on his foot with Vicks. You get, you know, rubbing Vicks, put it on their feet, massage them, and and put up socks. They sleep like a baby. It got
Yeah.
to a point to where I'll be sitting watching the game, and he'll come sit down next to me and throw his leg over his feet to me and be like, "Oh
Getting
man, my
spoiled.
feet hurt. I don't know why." And I'm like, "Really, dude? Really? Right in the middle of the game?" So, but
Spoiled.
there are memories that I can, you know, that I will cherish for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and that, you know, to go back to what you're saying about just being the model and the pillar and always being there, you know, the hardest thing to be is something that you've never seen, right? That's why it's
Yeah,
so important. And it sounds like your father was in your life when you were younger, to kind of pass those on down to you, right?
yeah,
So how fortunate for your daughter now to have someone like you, because without you, right, you never know how it ends up. You know, very very rarely are they is the outcome, you know, are they
well,
the best versions of themselves without that man around, or that father figure around? So
well, to make it clear, and this is funny because okay, so my dad, my biological dad, I got my biological dad, and then I have my stepdad because my mom and my dad did get a divorce. So my dad was in my life for a period of time, and there's another period of time that he wasn't there.
hmm
But I have my stepdad, and both show me love differently. And even though my biological dad was not constant in my life, whenever he was a man of God. He went to church and all that. It just, he wasn't, to be honest, he wasn't the stable father that I needed. But my stepdad was, and
hmm
they got along. So whenever I didn't have one, the other one was there. But then as you get older, you had to make a decision to grab the best of what they taught you, put it into yourself,
hmm
and then evolve from there to be even better parent than what you actually received. Because when I was born, when I was in Puerto Rico, because I was raised in Puerto Rico, born in New York, Rochester, New York, raised in Puerto Rico, then came to Michigan. I didn't speak English. I spoke Spanish. Spanish is my first language, then English. So with that said, I grew poor. I grew poor. And my pair of shoes, I had it when I was in third grade. I was about to graduate. My mom bought me a pair of shoes. I put it in my feet, and I wasn't used to wearing shoes. So you know what I did? I gave my shoes to my cousin, and I walked barefooted to my graduation. My mom's face just dropped. She's like, "Oh my God!" And I'm barefooted, all proud and everything. So but you know what I'm saying? It's like you get the best of the fathers that you have. Um, I had two great fathers. I had my biological father. When he wasn't there, my stepdad stepped up, and but I had two strong women. I had my grandmother and my mom, and them women. My grandma taught me how to sew. How many men can say that? I could sew. I could sew, and
my grandmother taught me how to sew as well,
there you
man.
go. There you go. Old
Yeah.
fashioned. That's what I'm saying. Like she taught me how to read the Bible. I learned how to read first through reading the Bible every night. I she taught me how to wash dishes, how to do clothes, wash clothes. I knew how to uh, sew, how to cook, all that. As a matter of fact, we used to wash our clothes in the river. Be
In Puerto Rico?
yeah, in the rocks, and
Yeah.
just quick, with the river and everything, hang it up, old fashioned, old fashioned. And when we were in Puerto Rico, we were poor.
Hey, what an experience. I know
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of
I
people
would
think
never
that
change it
sounds
for nothing in
awful,
the
but
world.
yeah, just the learning to be self reliant and just resilient at a
Yeah,
young age, right?
yeah,
Not having these first world problems that we have, right?
yeah,
It allows you to not take things for granted like we
yeah,
do so often here.
yeah.
Well,
And
go ahead. Sorry.
but just one thing. But
Yeah.
coming back to my dad, uh, as I grew older, me and my biological dad, we became close, and there was a period in my few years that he wasn't available, for lack of a word. He wasn't available, and he remarried, and now we are 8 siblings, you know, and we're like this. And when, but the last 10 years of his life, him and I became close. We all get close. Put it this way: when everybody argue, they will, and my dad didn't want to do anything, they will call my siblings will call me
Hmm.
so I could speak to my dad, and I just simply pick up the phone and be like, "Dad, what are you doing?" And I said, "You're not doing that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this." He's like, "All right," you know. So it's kind of cool. And then unfortunately, last year he passed, and I had to go through all that hurt. But he was a man of God. So it's like the one thing that he taught all his kid is have faith. That things are gonna shine better. Um, not only believe in yourself but rely on the Most High. And is you have to find if you have to find a light that shines. Once you find that light that shines, you mimic that light and you become the light. And then when you become the light, the people around you will see you as that light, and that brings hope and
Yes,
that
it does.
brings strength. You
Uplift
understand?
everybody around you. Absolutely. I
Yes,
know exactly
exactly.
what you mean.
So what I did, I took best parts of both of my dad, my real dad and my stepdad, took both of their strength, put it within myself. Remember what they taught me. Remember what my mom and my grandma taught me. Made the man that I am today. I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger, but who hasn't,
Yeah.
And but I love the person that I am now. You know,
Yeah. And that,
is
that
I
was a
have
powerful.
evolved. I've evolved maturely
Yeah.
into the person that I am, and I'm happy where I'm at.
Yeah, and I think that was a very powerful statement you made about being the light and kind of bringing everybody up around you with that light.
Yeah,
Because I think it's our duty, um, not just men but everybody. Uh, we all have a unique role, especially men. Though we have a unique role in society,
oh yeah,
to model those behaviors, not just to our children but to the people around us,
yeah,
to
definitely.
so they know how to act. Right? We all kind of mimic what we have seen somewhere, right? So it is important to do that and kind of be that beacon around here, because there's so much darkness and
Oh
uh,
yeah,
in the world, right? And to be that light is
yeah.
beautiful, right? So definitely. But I want to switch a little bit of gear here to go
Okay.
back to what you're talking about in your childhood. I want to hear more about that. That sounds really
Oh, about
interesting.
my childhood.
Yeah, yeah. Living in
Oh
Puerto
my
Rico,
God.
what was that like? Let's go through what the family dynamic was and just some
Okay.
different
Okay.
unique
Well,
things.
here's the thing. When we were young, uh, the way that our family went is like my mom had there were 11 siblings, big family. It was my grandma, 11 kids, and
All from your
by the
mother.
time, huh?
All from your mother?
Oh yeah, yeah, from my grandma, all from my
Oh, your
grandma.
grandma. Okay.
And by the time I turned two, my grandfather had passed, so it was just my grandma. And what happened in our family was some of the adults uh, step away to uh, work and create their life, while all the kids stayed at my grandma. So my grandma had everybody's kids at one
Mhm.
point. you know. And
I loved and hated it.
oh yeah, but she has some. That woman was ruthless when it came down to. She
Had
didn't play.
had to be. She was outnumbered.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Had to be.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. This will summarize my childhood a little bit.
Yeah.
So me and my cousin decided to get in a fight. We argue, get in a fight. So the one thing that you do not fight with your family physically. But we decided to get, into a struggle. My grandma saw this and was like, oh, okay. So she decided to have all our cousins in a circle. And it was just me and my cousin Helson. And his name was Helson. And so we in the middle. So she goes, okay, I want you guys to fight until I get back. So if you guys stop, whoever stopped is getting a whooping. Now understand that the whipping back then is not like now. You had to go. There was a tree that doesn't break. The branches doesn't break. It bends and everything doesn't break. So when you're gonna get a whipping, you have to go outside, get your own branch, bring it back to grandma. She'll whip you with it. And if the branch split, you had to go get another one.
Yeah.
So you had to make sure that the branch was pretty, flexible and pretty thick to get your ass whooped. Okay. Yeah. So we did a circle. Me and my cousin in the middle. She goes, now I will allow you guys to fight. We looking at her like, you crazy? She goes, I'll be back. I'm going to the store. Do you know that woman didn't come for 2.5 hours?
Just let you guys to death?
To the point where we're just touching each other.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't quit. Do you understand that nobody fought after that?
Yeah, that was brilliant. You
it was brilliant and brutal at the same time.
Once you quit, it's her turn.
Oh yeah,
with that unbreakable switch over there. So.
Oh yeah, you have no idea. No idea. Just like tell you what, the last thing I'm gonna tell you. I have a thing with bees. Like I'm not allergic to them.
Oh, bees, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not allergic to them. Well, man, I don't play with bees, man. I see a bee and I turn into a little bitch right away, But I got reasons though. My grandma went to whip my ass. I climb up the tree, and I'm going up the tree because I'm trying to get away from her whipping my ass. She said, "Come down." I said, "No, you're gonna whip me." She goes, "You're gonna come down whether you want to or not." I'm like, "No." So I climbed up. Next thing you know, it's a big ass beehive right in the damn tree. I got stunned, hit every tree on the way down, hit the floor, crying with bee sting steals on me. Bees are still on my skin. She just took the mugs, flicked them out, grabbed me, nursed me, and then still whip my ass.
Yes, I knew
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the type of grandma I got raised with.
These are real lessons you are learning.
Oh yeah,
real lessons you are learning, man. That's
but to this day, I miss her, man. I miss her. That was,
of course.
I would never change the way I got raised because it taught me so much, and it just part of me. Like right now, I see all them stories, all the memories, and I could laugh about it. I could, like damn, just like when I grab a rooster and throw it down the latrine. You know what a latrine is, right?
I've heard of it.
Okay, the latrine is a hole that they make in the ground. They make a toilet on top of the latrine.
Okay.
And then you do your thing in there. So I took a rooster that picked on me, grabbed him, threw it down there. So my grandma was pissed because the rooster was for the chickens to make more chickens. I threw the rooster down there. So it was one of them things that you go, really, this kid just threw a rooster down a well we use the bathroom at, pretty much.
Yeah. So it's gonna die and decay in there.
Yeah. So my childhood was something else. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, it's a totally different environment than it is here too. So one that you can probably appreciate more. A little slower life kind of over there.
Yeah. Puerto Rico is completely beautiful as far as the beaches, where to go. Just amazing. The food is amazing. But it's a poor country. It's not a country. It's a state. It's part of the United States, but is poor. So, so you got your moments, but the way I got raised is I would never change it for nothing in the world. It made you prepare to be able to handle everything thrown at you. Nowadays, the kids nowadays, you go boom, they start crying. If you look at them the wrong way, they start melting.
Yeah, well,
So
and that's, I think that's part of parenting. We don't give them the perspective that they need. Like,
yeah,
it's not that we uh, dismiss their feelings. It's just which one the appropriate way to feel or not in these situations.
yeah,
I think gets missed. So they're left to you know act however they want. Where I pride myself on how tough my two boys are,
yeah,
right? Because it's not that I don't. That's not that I teach them to not feel or anything along those lines. Just have some perspective
yeah,
on is this a serious issue or isn't it? Is it
yeah,
something I can continue to move forward with or isn't it?
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna tell you this, and I might get a lot of backlash for this, but I believe in an ass whooping. I'm sorry, I'm the type of parent I got hit with everything in the book, and
it certainly builds resilience in a
yeah,
way.
yeah, but I don't say abuse the kid.
No,
I don't say that. You can
no,
speak
there's
to
a
a kid,
difference. There's a
but
difference.
every now and then, like for example, if you do something to hurt somebody else, you got to find a way to not compensate for something bad behavior, but something to where they will learn. Um, I my daughter, I only whipped her ass one time, spank her in the butt, and I told her, and I sat down, and I told her, what, she asked me like why, and I said, let me sit you down with. I said, you grab a rock and you hit that kid. That kid was bleeding. I said, the reason I whipped you is not because you hit that kid, because I could talk to you about that, but it's because it scared me. If he was the one that would have hit you and crack you open and you would have been bleeding, I would have lost my mind.
Mm.
So because I know how I would feel, I had to spank your butt. And she was 5 years old. Spank her butt. That's the only time I ever had a spanker.
Mm.
I'm not saying uh, I I've been seeing parents that be like 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. Do you know how much damage a kid could do in
Right.
10
That's
counts?
right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna count to 1, and then you're gonna pick up your eye from the floor and you're gonna keep looking at me. I have no problem
Yeah.
with that. But what I'm saying is that you gotta, it's all about parenting. Like you said, it's all about parenting. I'm gonna stop right there, but it's all about
Yeah.
parenting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's move forward. How long where did you live in Puerto Rico?
I lived in Puerto Rico until I was 14 years old.
14. Good.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I want to get into next. And so did you move to Michigan after that?
Yep. I moved to Michigan. I didn't
So
know a lick of English when I came here.
wow. So that was difficult for you.
Yeah. My first 3 words was I love you, you a bitch, and you're a liar.
Was it right here in the Flint, Michigan, where we're from?
Actually in Pontiac. I was
Pontiac.
actually in
Yeah.
Pontiac. I came after I graduated from high school. I came to Flint, and
Okay.
then so I lived in Pontiac. My next door neighbor was the one that taught me English, and the first words that he
Really?
taught me was "I love you, you're a bitch, and you're a liar."
What high school did you go to in Pontiac?
I went to Pontiac Northern.
Okay.
I'm a Husky.
I think
They
my
changed the
co
name. They changed the name. Just they took Pontiac Husky out, and they call it the Chief now. Which I don't know why they did that, but it is what it is.
yeah, I think my one of my coworkers went there. Melvin is the
Okay.
name. He might be around your age. I'm not sure, but yeah,
Hey,
I
hey,
think
hey, hey,
yeah.
hey, hey, hey.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think he went to Pontiac Northern as well. But let's talk about that. That was another unique. Had to be another unique experience coming out here, not speaking a lick of English, having to assimilate. What was that for you? Like for you?
Well, I mean,
Some of the challenges.
I'm gonna tell you the most interesting thing that I have experienced. That I experienced when I moved from Puerto Rico to Michigan or to United States. I never knew what prejudice was until I came to United States. I had never encountered prejudice at that time in my life until I came to the United States. And I went to Pontiac Northern High School, and I saw prejudice for the first time because of one's color, you know.
Yeah.
And
You certainly weren't the only person of color there either.
no. They had everything: Puerto Rican, Mexican, white, black, everything. But I could not understand why would anybody would put so much time and effort into somebody's skin color. I didn't get race like that.
It's exhausting.
You know what I'm saying? So it was something new to me. And for years, I just could not understand what was the implication of dislike of that behind people's perception, you know, like, and I noticed as I grew older that it's simply the environment around you. It only takes people close to you as you know,
we talked about it before.
Becoming from a kid to an adult, you know, you simulate a lot of that perspective because you don't have a perspective of your own. You don't have your own identity because you're still finding out who you are. Right. So you absorb everything around you. So if you are in an environment that somebody has prejudice, whether they know it or not, because a lot of people are prejudiced towards things, but they don't know that they are until an outside person points it out, and then they realize, like, wow, I was, perfect example. So there was a celebrity that I didn't like. I thought the celebrity was the ugliest dude you could ever see in your life. Okay. And I'm like, man, why in the hell people like this guy? Right. And my friends, this is when I was in Arizona. I went to college over there for IT&T tech, to work on computers. Later on, I found out that that's not what I want to do, but I went over there. So my friends say, hey, we're going to this concert. It was my first concert ever. Right now, understand that I'm now in my early 20s. So they tell me, let's go to this concert. I'm like, I don't want to go to a concert, man. I've never been to one, because, man, there's going to be a lot of women there, a lot of ass. So now me being 21, 22 years old, I was like, okay, bet, let's do this, Yeah. So I go to this concert and this guy comes out. And I'm like, oh, I know this song. So I start singing the song. Songs that I like. So I'm like, oh, man. And my favorite song came up. And this song was old already. But to me, it was new because I came from from Puerto Rico. And so I'm in my 20s now. I've been in the United States for, almost 10 years now. And now I know how to speak English. I'm loving this concert, blah, blah, blah. And all my friends are laughing. They say, you know who this is? I'm like, no. And I see this guy doing backflips and all that stuff. And he's rocking. It was rock. It was rock. And I'm like, man, I love this guy. Who is it? And they all start laughing. I said, let me show you a poster who it is. So they roll the poster up of the guy that I did not like. And I'm like, oh, hell no. This dude, no, this is not him. I said, dude, all them songs that you know, all them songs that you singing, all them songs that you like, that is this dude. You know who it was?
Tell me.
Aerosmith.
Yeah, look like a girl. You look like a girl. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, man, I was young. I was like, man, this dude is ugly as hell. But after that, the first thing I said was, I proud myself of not being prejudiced.
Yeah.
And that was a lesson to myself. And I learned that certain people are prejudiced without them knowing. Mm-hmm. And to this day, I love Aerosmith.
We all have bias that we don't even realize.
I love Aerosmith. Everything he puts out, I'm like, man, this dude is just amazing, But it was a lesson learned. And here I am, coming from Puerto Rico, never experienced prejudice.
Yeah.
Pride myself on not being prejudiced. And then I got that lesson learned.
Yeah.
Life is funny. Let me tell you, life is funny.
It is. I always thought, as I got older and started, because you talk about how we someone else is kind of driving our identity in a way, until you get older and you're on your own to think for yourself. And I always thought, like, how stupid it was to hate somebody based upon which color they are, because as if they got to choose what they look like. You know what I mean? Like, just how stupid is that I hate you just because you look this way. and it's not even, and they didn't even have no say. Like,
Yeah.
So it's so exhausting to me. But yeah, that's a great lesson. So what were some of the, you mentioned Aerosmith. What were, and I kind of did us a disservice when I started this episode here because I failed to mention all the things that you do, like singing and dancing and promoting and all that stuff. What were some of the early influences that you had as a teen or a young adult that kind of pushed you into that entertainment or that just that world?
Okay, so I'm gonna run through this real quick, and I'm
Okay,
gonna summarize a whole bunch of questions in one answer.
got it.
So here's the thing: when I first came to the United States, I thought that you know, you know, I always liked the '80s music
Me
from the
too.
'80s.
Me
Right?
too.
So I think that the music that was in the '80s was just amazing because it was so wide in so many different ways. So I always, even as a young man, I had an old soul. I like the '80s. I even like the '70s and like the Bee Gees and stuff. I just like that type of music. So here I am. '90s is changing everything, and I looked at what Michael Jackson did, what Prince did, what all them old cats did, and it was just amazing to me. So, but I was like, well, if they could do it, I could do it too. Like what is stopping me? Like what is really stopping me from doing this? So I decided to I met my girlfriend at the time. Her name was Brienne, and me and her formed a dance group. Now, prior to that, I was in Arizona, like I was telling you, I was in Arizona in college, and I did a small group over there called Southern Impact. One of my best friend, Gabriel Sage, and we did we did a bunch of shows dancing until I actually know how to dance, like because I didn't know how to dance. So I used to watch videos online and taught myself how to dance. I would practice for 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, until I learned how to dance. Then I formed a group called BE Dub with Brienne, and we ran that. At one point, we were 23 people deep.
Oh
From
wow.
there, yeah. So we were a big group. So there we did shows. We did shows with Petey Pablo, with Yang Yang Twins, with D12, with Too Short. Uh, 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 what's his face?
As in like backup dancers?
No. Like we were in the same. We were opening for them.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll bring our own show, open up until they were ready, and uh, and we did name it, Petey Pablo. We did a lot. Anyway, so needless to say, after me and my girlfriend broke up, it affected the group. The group split up. Now we had two groups, a bunch of mess. Past that, then I formed the G Girls. The G Girls is the current girl group that I have right now. And we do practices, and then in the summer we do shows.
Do you
Um,
do you have them under like a label or anything, or it's
um,
just kind of?
no, they usually dance background for me, but then from dancing background to me, I wanted them to stand out on their own. And so I started letting them, whenever I did a show, I did my part with the guys, and then they did their part. So it was like the G Girls for Gianni's girls,
Yeah, I get it.
you
Yeah.
know. But I started separating them because I believe they deserve their own credit.
Mhm.
Like, and then usually when I do a show, I usually use the people around me. So let's say that me and you are hanging tough, we're about to do a show, but I know that you could sing. So I would ask her, hey, Trace, how about if you get on stage, do 2 songs and shine? You know what I'm saying? So give everybody the opportunity to do that. So I got the G Girls right now. Obviously in winter we don't dance. Keeps me in shape too. I got a little stomach going on here, so it keeps me in shape. And
Yeah.
but from there, I did music videos. Some of the music videos that that you've seen. Right now, I have 42 songs, original songs, on the studio that I recorded, written myself, recorded. My boy Gail, uh, uh, he's my producer. He's a little upset with me because he's like, you got all these songs and you have not released one of these songs on iTunes. All this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but because at the time, while I was recording music, I'm a massage therapist. So at daytime I do massage therapist. At nighttime I do the food truck, and then I was recording music on the studio, and then I was writing my book. So I released my book just 6 days ago on Amazon. It's called The Lies We Tell Ourselves, and uh,
Bam.
yeah. So
There it is. If
there you
anybody's
go. There you go.
watching, we can scan a QR code right here and take you right to it.
Yep. And it's on Amazon.com.
Yeah.
And
Tell us about the book.
yeah. Oh, well, the book is it speaks about a lot of things. It speaks about there's a section some of the chapters. There's a section, like, for example, I got a copy myself. You see?
There it is.
So
shameless plug.
Yeah. Thank you. And this hard copy too. Hard copy.
Yeah, I see that. Yep.
So you could get it for Kindle. You could get it paperback, and then you can get a hard copy. But the book it touches a lot of things on what people go through. Like, for example, there's a chapter for relationships. So you could anything that you have went through for relationships, you could go there, and it will describe how you feel, how you felt, what you're going through, different ways that you could that it could a situation could end up being, your choices that you make. There's another chapter if you have ever lost somebody, like your dad, your best friend. Because I lost my best friend, Ben. I call him Benjai. It's Benjamin Brand. I lost him in 2020. I lost him to medical. He's had a surgery, and the surgery wasn't done well.
Medical malpractice.
Yeah, so malpractice. So he bled from the inside, and he died as he arrived to the hospital. He was only 34, and you know things happen. So I had to go through that, and then my dad died last year. So when I was writing the section about death, I had those two in my head. So when I went to type and write that stuff, it was deep. So I will show you, I was in tears as I was writing. So there's a section for that in the book that you could, if you lost somebody, you could go there, and it will express exactly how you feel, how you felt, or what you're going through. There's another chapter is about the heavens, that everything that has to be with God and everything. There's another one about spiritual, which spiritual and the heavens and God is different, two different things. Some people perceive spiritual um, through meditation, out of body experiences, through stones that enhances the energy they have. Well, then this aspect of God. And I'm not talking about religion, because religion is a totally different thing.
Right.
Different thing. I don't think that you should stop believing in God because of religion. You know what I'm saying? So it's two different things. Everything is about perception. In the book, it talks about life choices. And then there's a section, and also the book is dedicated to Ben, which is my best friend who died. I dedicated it to him. But there's a section in the book that says the author and writer of this book. So it's things about me.
Mm-hmm.
There's a section that if you want to get to know who wrote this book, like things from Puerto Rico, my childhood, that's a little section that it tells you a little bit. But there's no picture around me, because I didn't want the public to know what I look like.
Okay.
Except for the people that do know what I look like. But people that never met me and they pick up the book, I didn't want them to know what I look like to add to mystery. But in the inside, you have a section that you get to know me without ever knowing what I look like or ever speaking to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's a section about women, like things that women they do, how they react, their emotion, and there's a section for men. Now, the last thing that I'm gonna tell you, or one of the last things I'm gonna tell you, understand this, and I learned this. Okay, it might feel shocked to you, feel shocked to a lot of people. Do you understand? Do you know what a woman is loyal to? Who she's loyal to? I'm gonna give you a chance for you to answer that.
Okay.
Just don't think about it too hard. Just superficial. Do you
Superficial. I mean,
superficial?
superficial is the money.
Okay. Okay. Let's go a different way.
Okay.
Uh, Including family and all that stuff. Do you know who she's loyal to? Her
And
first loyalty.
this is to the father,
No,
to her father. Okay.
no.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something.
I give up.
A woman is not loyal to her father, to her mother, not even to her kids, not to her husband, not to her boyfriend, not even to God. You know
Okay.
who she's loyal to? Her feelings. A woman
True.
is loyal
True.
to her feelings first. Then after her feelings, she put God, her kids, parents, everybody else, however order she wants to put it. But she's loyal to her feelings first.
Yeah. For
And,
sure.
and anybody that wants to disagree with that,
Yeah.
please.
Well, I think you're just really. It's another way of saying that they're driven by their emotions. Their
Yeah,
choices are
yeah,
based off emotion first.
yeah.
Right.
Because usually when their emotion is triggered, their reaction is due to what they feeling.
Hey, when emotions are high, cognition is low.
Yeah, tell me about it. You know you gotta love them, but my
Yeah, no,
goodness,
hey, I'm not saying anything bad about women.
mm,
They're love them
me
to death.
neither. Me
No,
neither.
and I'm nor am I
I love
making
women.
that claim for all of them either. I'm sure there's quite a few pragmatic ones out there, but I think we can say that about all of us to a
Yeah.
certain extent.
Well,
But yeah,
there's always an exception. There's always
yeah,
exception out
yeah.
there.
But I do hear what you're saying for sure, and I
Yeah.
definitely tend to agree. So, what is the lies we tell ourselves? The name of the book. How does that
Okay.
translate?
So, well, usually, sometimes when we're wrong, there's a lot of people don't like admit when they're wrong,
Mm.
and there are a lot of people uh, that even when they're wrong, even when they know that what their action
Yeah,
uh, produce was not the right choice or the right action or the right uh,
yeah. They'll go down in flames
exactly.
trying to make
And
that right. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's even a section there when people with fake smile. And that's
Hmm.
the one of the chapters. And that's when people they smile in your face, but behind your back they talk shit about you. You know what I'm saying? We all experience that.
Yeah.
And in the book, it has all these chapters that whatever you're going through, whatever you're going through, there's affirmations in there.
Which are
Uh,
important.
yeah,
A lot
there's
of people. A lot of people sleep on affirmations.
yes.
Yeah.
And you know, and there's things about how to pray because there's people that pray. Like I pray every day. I pray for my food and I pray every day.
It takes
If I
practice. It takes
Yeah, it takes
practice
practice.
because
But
I'm
do you
glad. I'm
understand?
glad you brought that up because it is. If it's something you don't regularly do, you are kind of lost in how to do it.
Oh yeah, oh, yeah.
You know what I
There's
mean? Yeah.
there's a lot of people that do not know how to pray. Even pastors, they don't know how to pray. And and the reason why is because okay, so in the Bible, there's a few prayers that you could grab and recite the prayer. Okay, but I always went back to one thing that it said when Jesus, Yahusha, wanted to talk to the Father, he would leave early in the morning, away from his disciple, away from everybody, went by himself to somewhere where it's completely quiet and spoke to the Father. And the reason why is because there's no distraction. So every day, I go and take my dog, my Rottweiler, to the park. I let him run. And while he's running, I'm talking to the Father.
Mm.
And I talk to him and I tell him, hey, take the wheel, do what you must. This is what I want to accomplish. I can't do this without you. So I'm letting have my back, like you always have. And understand that when you speak to the Most High, you want to what is the word? You want to talk to him not only as your father, but also as a best friend. As uh, somebody that just like like me and you was hanging out, and I wanted to talk to you about my feelings or whatever. Speak to him that way,
Absolutely.
and uh, uh, So that's important. That's important that you do that. So when I pray for people, there's a lot of people coming to me and say, "Hey, G, can you pray for me?" And I get in my inbox. I get people like, "Hey, this is my family's going through this. Can you pray for me? I know that you pray every day. You pray for me." And I tell people the same thing I tell everybody. I will pray for you. I have no problem with that. If your faith is weak, I got you. My faith is big enough to carry you and in the whole entire world. I got you.
That's that light you're talking about.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The best prayer is the one that comes from you. You know what I'm saying? I could pray for you all day.
Yeah.
But your result depends on the strength of your faith. Instead of asking other people, pray for me, once you take the time to pray yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't rely on other people to get a good result.
Well, and it's probably because they don't really know how to have a relationship with God. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really probably where that stems from, because you're lacking the confidence in praying and understanding how. And I was once that way, so I can totally relate. But that's what that is,
Yeah.
So they can ask someone else too, because they don't know how, because they don't really know how to have that relationship with them. For me, it was really hard. The surrendering part, like I didn't even know how to have a relationship with God. It was until I understood finally that it's our own ego as men kind of like surrendering to something. Like, what's that? I'm an athlete. I'm a warrior. I battle. I don't give up. It's just innate in me, and I guess to have to surrender, right? To be
to be vulnerable.
To be vulnerable. Yeah, it's just that doesn't really align with manhood per se, and that was something I didn't even realize that was my issue. It took me. I'm not even sure how that happened or when that dawned on me, but that's what was holding me back. And I was just like, I just could not understand, why can't I even try to have, or why can't I have a relationship with him? I don't even know how to start or where to begin. It was because of that. It was that that one key piece.
Well, that's the fact that you even let yourself find him in your own way. That is admirable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But here's the one thing that I'm gonna tell you. The last thing I'm gonna tell you about that topic, only because we got so much to cover, is this. In the Bible, it specifies that the God of this world is Lucifer. Okay? It specifies it. You can look it up in the Bible. So when you pray, this is what people mess up. When you pray, you have to make sure that you are praying to the right person. And the only way that I have found myself, instead of saying, God, I'm praying to you, and usually people recite the prayer that everybody says, which is, Heavenly Father, thou art in heaven, may your kingdom come, thy will be done. And they go through that prayer. Okay? Always add this. This is what I do. I'll only tell you what I do. I add one thing when I start praying. I say, to the Most High, the creator of the firmament, the one that separated the waters above from the waters below, the one that created the angels, archangels, primordial beings, and elemental beings, the one that created the light, the one that dwells in hope and love. That's who I'm speaking to. Once I say that, it specifies exactly who I am praying to. And then I do my prayer. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you can pray all day. Yeah. You can pray all day, but remember, the God of this world is Lucifer. So when you pray all day, your prayers might not reach where you want them to reach, because because of ignorance and not taking the time to understand how prayer works. You pretty much cock blocking your own self. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So sometimes when prayers are not answered or prayers not going, God will find a way to answer you indirectly. But if you really want him to listen, you have to specify who you're praying to. You just don't pray to anybody. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's what I say to you. Even pastors, even Christians, they don't know how to pray, because they all they do is recite what they've been taught instead of thinking. Like, man, this was said in the Bible, or this was said in church. So why am I not following that? If in the Bible tells you that Lucifer is the god of this world, then it's your responsibility as a human being, to pray correctly. Make sure that you pray. That's like I'm in front of you and a whole bunch of people, but I'm just talking. But I'm not looking at nobody. I'm not saying, hey, Trace, hey, let me talk to you. I'm not saying, I could be talking to Ron or to Angie, who is behind you. I'm not specifying who I'm speaking to. Anyway, that's the last thing I wanted to say about that.
No,
I put that one in there.
Okay, no, I like it.
Yeah.
That's it's
But
what I was something to think about for sure.
Oh yeah. But about my book, I'm working on my second book right now. Back to the book thing. So I wrote a three book series that I want to pitch to HBO and I want to pitch to Warner Brothers. But I cannot do that until I have put out 4 to 5 books out on Amazon, because you got to build a fan base.
So what's the idea behind that? Based on these books?
The three book series?
Yeah. Saying for the pitch, like how is that going to be visualized? Or like how is that going to be turned into something like a series?
Okay. So my brother Jose, he just graduated from film school. He just graduated. He's actually in Atlanta. He is getting his. He's doing a pilot right now, and he's going to school with the city. I forgot what the lady is called, but she has connection with a whole bunch of different film companies. So what she does, he's in this class to where she picks one student out of her whole entire class, grab his pilot or her pilot, and pitch it to these companies. If they pick your pilot up, you're in. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what my brother told me, he's like, once you have your book out for the first book of my 2-part series, to let him know so that he could grab the book and rewrite it into a film portfolio that we could actually pitch. Because
but these are like stories out of your life, from life.
No. So the 3-part series is it's a medieval times, and there's a villain. You know how in every book there's a hero and there's a villain. Well, drop the hero. Let's talk about the villain. And you're gonna love to hate him.
Kind of like the new Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, or just kind of
exactly. Okay. So the whole book is about the villain. So now imagine this.
So this is separate from this, then.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, this one stands on its own. This one stands on its own. Okay. The next one that I'm doing is a vampire book about vampires. And the thing about
you're a little late to the game on that. That was that's huge. Hey, they're making a comeback though, right? Everything comes back. There you go.
Yeah. So it's a vampire book. And the thing about vampires is that pretty much everything's been done when it comes down to vampires. Like if you try to think of an original idea, you have a hard time, because a lot of people have written books, and a lot of similarities are there. So I literally had to sit down and think and come up with a concept that's never been done. Now I'm almost done with this vampire book, but I believe I'm gonna leave it on a cliffhanger.
Okay.
And write it part 2, because it's gotten to a point to where I'm like, there's
you get more creative with it.
Yeah. But
so can you give us a little bit about what makes your vampire a little more unique than?
Okay.
You don't have to, but
no. I'll give you a piece. I just don't want to reveal much. So I got
I don't want you to either.
So I'm trying to think what to say to you. Okay, so I'm gonna put
Well, tell me about the villain. Like, what's the villain like?
okay, so but wait a second, because there's two things. When I say the book is about the villain, that's the three book series. The vampire book is the next book that I'm pulling out. The three-part series, the three-book series is my baby. That's about the villain. The villain, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about him. His name is Balderus. Okay, he's medieval time. Now think about this: medieval time. He is a priest, one of the only priests on the realm, but he is also the right hand of the king. So now imagine, and he does weddings. So now when two people want to get married, if they do it by the law, he goes to the wedding, marries them, and then he gives them a piece of land because that's the reward so that the kingdom had loyal subjects. So if I give you a piece of land, you're loyal to me. See what I'm saying? But here's the problem. He loves making people do things they never do or they never would do. So imagine you're gonna get married, right? And I'm gonna marry you, but you have to do this. I'm gonna give you a problem for you to solve. I'm gonna give her a problem for you to solve. Whatever you guys do, you can't speak or ever tell each other about it. Okay? So he sends the guy out of town, do this. Let's say, here's a horse. I want you to take this horse to another country. When you get to another country, I want you to sell the horse, buy a cookie, and bring it to me. Okay? Sounds ridiculous. Well, let's just say that he tells the guy that. Now, understand that this is for adults. So when it comes down to sex, it's very explicit. When it comes down to blood, glory. So he fucks the guy up in different way. But then the women, imagine he goes to your wife-to-be and goes, oh, now let me and you alone. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You're going to suck my dick. And she's like, what? I can't do that. Well, all I got to do is tell the people that you're a witch. And you get burnt to the stake.
Very
so
manipulative.
So he abuses his power throughout the book.
In medieval times, diabolical.
It's very he's an asshole. But you're gonna love to hate him.
Yeah. So there has to be some humor in there.
Yeah, oh yeah. But it's a lot like the feels like, I don't know if you ever seen Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
But the feel is like that. A lot of betrayal, a lot of sex, but it's just one character that is just fucking everybody up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds interesting for sure.
Yeah. And then the one that I'm finishing right now is about vampires. That's about to drop in Amazon.
Separate one. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, what's the name of that? So they can be look forward to seeing.
The vampire?
Vampires, yeah. Or is it untitled?
The Bite.
The Bite. Okay.
Yeah.
So The Bite will be coming out to Amazon in the near future.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But just trying to do something. So like I said, daytime I'm a massage therapist. Nighttime I do the food
Renaissance
truck.
man. Renaissance
you know what
man.
I'm saying? The music, write a book, here there.
Let's switch gears because I think we could end up getting ahead of ourselves. I got some videos queued up. You were talking about those G girls, and I was wondering, people probably want to see what the hell you're talking about.
Oh yeah. They're my girls right there. So
okay, well let's give them their what's this? We got couple 2-minute video here. Let's give them a little FaceTime here. Let's get this queued up.
I believe you're gonna show Carrie, Fee, Lexi,
Gionni and the G girls. It looks like you're at I'm not sure where you're at here. It looks like the old
I'm not dancing. This is just strictly
them.
No,
not you. This is them.
Yeah, that's strictly them.
Yep. Let's see here.
Girl. We go.
Now, where was this at?
This is down in Pontiac. This kind of event that he did. And they were singing all that one, but this about girls. People there in this room, but notice there's a step on the stage.
Yeah.
They have to be careful on the stage right there. But it's still rocking.
Very good.
Yeah, a little something.
Yeah. The and I think I saw them. At a Halloween show that you put together, because I don't think we talked about that.
Yeah,
You
last
also
year.
a promoter.
Last year they performed.
I think there's only 3 of them there.
Yeah.
So I want to tell a quick story. The first time I ever saw you was you dancing. It was you and I don't know, like 3, 4, 5 guys. I would always see you at Maxie's, the old Maxie's, or Cobblestone.
That was with B-Dub.
Yep, you were always really recognizable just because you had a unique. You always wore black, had the long hair, right? You obviously have dark features and all that. Yeah, and you guys would always be dancing like all in tandem, and you would be dancing, and we're all just at a bar drinking. You guys are like dancing for real, and all together. It was entertaining.
Exercise.
Yeah, you guys were. Well, that's the thing. You were sweating. Everybody was like drenched in sweat because you guys were really getting it. Like you were getting after it, and I don't know. It was always fun to see. You know what I mean? So,
entertainment.
That was
entertainment.
What's that?
It's entertainment. It keeps you in shape.
It is. Yeah, free entertainment.
And you would not believe how much stress you get out when you do karaoke or when you dance. It's just a lot of stress. You know as well as me that being a man, we're built to fix things. Like whenever we see a problem, we just want to fix it. There's people that will complain about the problem, mainly women.
Provide no solution
about the problem, and we just want to fix it. Like, just tell me what the problem is, I'll fix it. But that brings a lot of stress, and sometimes, as a man, even with work,
it's a good outlet for you. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. So when I go dancing, when I go karaoke, it's just a peaceful way to just get it all out.
Yeah.
And sometimes, whether it's a woman or whether it's a man, women get stressed. They take care of kids. They take care. They have to. I always say that women got a few superpowers. First, a woman could take more pain than a man. I'm one that salute them like that.
Emotional, you mean?
Yeah, and they could take pain like a man. Men are babies when it comes down to pain, and and I'm not saying one pain in particular. They just, we just both handle things differently. And
because they have to continue to provide and take care of. I think
exactly. They don't take a break sometimes. They just, and you got to have consideration on both gender. There's men out there that
are different.
Yeah,
we all complement each other.
Yeah. You have to. Like, don't not recognize somebody's effort, you know. And I just you know, like I always say, like don't let jealousy, don't let uh, simple miscommunication damage something that you both built, simply because um, you didn't have the maturity enough to, you know, ask that person, like, you know, what's going through your head. And that's why, like, I always tell people, like, when you encounter somebody and somebody's rude to you, like, you say something, they were just rude to you. You're like, wow, you know, they were rude to you. I said, sometimes you don't know what that person's going through.
Yeah.
You know, women stress
It's
out
just
all
a
the time.
reflection.
Men stress,
Yeah, it's just a reflection of what they're going on inside. That's
yeah, you know,
what's
and
going
so
on with them inside is all that is.
yeah, like don't
Yeah,
judge a person
empathy.
just
Empathy is what we should be after.
yeah.
Sure.
Uh, you know, you never know, and you know, like we were talking about being a light earlier. You don't know. There's been people that I have seen that uh, they depend on somebody else being their light because they don't know how to shine themselves, but they learning by seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying that it's easy, because sometimes, you know, like I try to be positive about everything, but there's times that I need my
Oh
Gianni
yeah.
to
Yeah. I mean, we carry their so a lot of times we carry their burdens of
yeah,
some
yeah,
in some way, not
yeah,
the whole. You know, what I mean, but we absorb that. You
yeah,
know, and it does get heavy on you, and you do have to take time for yourself. Some people
yeah.
are really gifted at kind of taking that on and like letting it go. You know, but sometimes it can build up on
Oh
me.
yeah,
You know,
oh
I
yeah,
have broad shoulders physically and metaphorically. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I can take a lot on, but yeah. So eventually you got to take some time for yourself for sure.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't think. I mean, here's the one thing that I want the whole world to know, and I do this. I physically do this, and anybody that has ever known me have known this. Um, when somebody loses somebody, let's say that you lost your dad. Okay, so me as a friend, I say, hey, how you doing? Are you okay? There's anything I could do, right? You know, at this point, nobody can help you because you're in pain. That pain, no amount of words is gonna take that pain away, because you just somebody that you love died, right? But what people don't understand, that just because you go to the funeral and you were there when they bury him, doesn't mean that you stop and not call the next week and say, hey, I know it's been a week, but how are you holding on? A lot of people don't do that. And I'm one person that I make sure. I had a friend of mine, her name is Tiffany. She just lost her mom. I went to the funeral, did all that, you know, be there for her. Da, 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 da. But I also called her a couple days after. Then I called her a week after, and I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure that you're okay. How are you holding up? Because people think that just because you went to the funeral that you're done. I did my
Right.
job. I was there for you. Da da da. But don't understand that that person's still carrying that pain until next week, until a year. They're gonna mourn for the next couple of years to come. You know how many times you've seen at Facebook somebody said, put a picture of their parents, say, hey, until this day I miss you, because they're still in pain for that loss. So as a human being, you have to be very considerate of what the people is going through. Because like I said, you never know what people are going through. You know, I had my brother had an experience with a friend of his. The person called him, and my brother, uh, he was at work, so he wasn't able to uh, call the person back. So he told, hey, I'll call you later. But he forgot. The person ended up killing himself. And my brother was devastated because he was like, they're reaching out. I don't know what, you know, and he would have been there. I had people that um, came up to me, oh, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself. You know, there's two different type of people. There's the one that
You're
say
right.
it to get attention and manipulate you.
Mm-hmm.
The other person is the one that need help. Unfortunately, the person that try to manipulate you damage your perception to be able to identify the person that actually need help. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes, it gets to the point to where, look, if you're looking for attention, what do you want from me? Because I've been there, you know. And if you are not seeking help, actual help, it makes it look like you trying to manipulate me. I had a guy that called me a month ago and tells me the first thing he told me, never spoken to the guy. I seen him in the bar, but first time he calls me, first thing he said, "Gee, I need to speak to somebody." I said, "Okay, I'm listening." He goes, "Do you have time?" I said, "Well, I just got out of work. I'm on my way home. I'll put you on my speaker in my car. And we'll talk while I'm driving." First thing he said, "I'm going to kill myself." I said, "Okay, go on." He said, "I can't stand this, blah, blah, blah. I got so many problems, got bills, got in a fight with my mom. I'm a piece of shit, da, da, da." He started dogging himself out, right? And he went for 15 minutes. And all I kept saying was, "Go ahead, I'm listening. Just driving. Tell me all this stuff and this and that." And he tells me, I just need a friend." I said, "Okay, go on." I said, "Are you listening?" I said, "Yeah, I'm listening. I'm trying to get you, for you to get it out of your chest."
Yeah.
Once you get it out of your chest, if you want my opinion, I'll give it to you. I'm not going to give you my opinion until you get it all out of your chest, because we're not going to go through this whole conversation 4 or 5 times of telling you the same thing. So I need you to get it all out of your chest so that I can understand where you're coming from. And then I'm going to give you my best response. Whether it's a good response, powerful response, weak response, the only thing I can do as a human being is respond to what you're giving me to look at. So he tells me all this, and his reasoning for trying to kill himself, to me, it wasn't justified. So this is what I said to him. So let me get this straight. So you want to kill yourself because you got in an argument with your mom. Your mom kicked you out of the house. You got bills to pay. You can't find a job. Your girlfriend, according to you, hates you. And you're miserable. And when I put it to him that way, he got quiet for a minute because it sounded stupid. You're going to kill yourself because of that. Your mom is always going to be your mom. Your girlfriend can't hate you because she's still your girlfriend. You can't find a job. Okay, keep looking. So when I broke it down to him like that, he didn't say nothing. And
Just
I said, well,
needed a vent.
Yeah. So I said, I don't think that what you told me is justified for you to take your life. If that's what you want to do, I will advise you against it, because I think every life is precious. But I don't think it's justifiable. So now at this point, my mom actually called me. And I said, "Do you mind if I call you right back? Give me 2 minutes, I'll call you back. I got to talk to my mom." Because my mom was going to the airport to pick up my brother. But happened, and my mom wanted to ask me to go pick up my brother. So I said, "Give me 30 seconds. Don't hang up. I'll click over." So I'll hang up. So I click over. I'll talk to my mom. Say, "Hey, Mom, I got a friend of mine who I'm talking to. He's having a little hard time." My mom said, "Well, can you pick up your brother at the airport?" "Yeah, what time?" Yada, yada, yada. Real quick. It even took like even 30 seconds. I said, "Okay." I click over, and he had hung up. As soon as I click over, he hung up. So I called him back. He wouldn't answer the phone. I called him up. He didn't phone. You know what he said? He texted me, goes, "Hey, G, I need a friend. I just hit the lottery." And I'm going, reading this. So I say, "Hey, why don't you answer the phone? I just called you twice. Answer the phone." So he goes, "Well, just give me a second, because I just hit the lottery. Got to make sure that I get my money." Don't make no sense, the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I waited. Didn't call me back. So then I call him back, because I want to make sure that whatever he does is not in my conscience.
Sure.
So I called him back. So my man goes, I hit the lottery. I said, oh, good for you. I said, I tell you what, that's even more reason for you not to take your life. I think you should grab that money, go have a blast. I said, however, I've been in the phone with you for an hour. I haven't let you go. I got out of work. I'm tired. I just got home. I just need to take a shower, put myself together. If you want to talk later, you can talk to me. But right now, I need about an hour for me to unwind. I listen to you for a whole hour. You just hit the lottery. So you're rich. I'm there. You're rich. You're ready. I mean, you're just jamming. I mean, nothing's stopping you. I mean, go out there and just do what you got to do. And he got quiet. He said, okay. He didn't know how to react, you know, because I think that he was expecting for me to say, hey, can I get some of that money? Hey, what, you know, want to be my friend because, you know, let's be like this because you hit the lottery. And literally, you know, I don't care about money. I don't worship money in no type of way to form. I make money to survive and pay my bills and everything, but it doesn't rule my heart, nor my soul, nor anything that I do. I could care less whether you're rich, poor. What I care about, I don't care about your past. I care how you treat me. Treat me the way I treat you.
Right, the golden rule.
Yeah, golden rule. So after that, he never called me again. But then he ran the same exact word by word to my friend D. He called D and told him word by word because me and D talked. And I said, did he tell you this? He's like, yeah. Did he told you this? Yeah. He said, and guess what? He told me he hit the lottery. I said, really? He told me the same thing. So there's certain people, again, back to what I was telling you, when the people say, hey, I want to kill myself. There's two types of people. One that does it for attention and one that actually need help. And unfortunately, the person that does it for attention overshadows the people that actually need help.
For sure.
So you gotta make sure that you cover your bases to where if that person decides to do whatever they decide to do, that it's not in your conscience, that you did your best. You know, but anyway, I'm done with that. We can move on. I'm done with that.
Well, we can get, let's go back to, you were talking about, you know, doing stuff for yourself, like karaoke. That's another thing that, where I grew to know you a little bit better. We always went to the same karaoke bar. You'd always sing or whatever. And I just so happened to have also found some songs that you recorded and put on YouTube that I thought maybe we could share if that'd be all right. Yeah. What do you prefer? I've got a couple of them here. We got Shake You Down, Love You Down, Lost in Love. What do you?
Let's do Shake You Down.
Shake You Down.
Yeah, the reason why is because I look almost mad because I was like putting all that power into that. So I look like I'm pissed when I'm singing.
It's a good outlet.
You know.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Let's see here.
I think I got my hair down on that one.
Look at it.
What's my face? Like I'm mad. Watch the switch. Here you go. Look at that.
Nice. We love to us. We love that fourth wall right there. Passion. I'm glad you picked up on my thing now, baby. You know you did. Well. Singing with that passion.
I know, right? I'm gonna tell you something about this video.
Man, that's good.
Thank you. I don't know if I was singing, yelling at the microphone there.
We got something else coming on. Hold on a minute here. No, that was just emotion, man. That's that raw emotion coming through.
Yeah, little something.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
I believe that everybody has different talent. Is that I've seen a lot of people that they waste so much time complaining or just saying, "Oh, I don't know how to do this. I can't do this." And they don't try. You know what I'm saying?
Look, people come up with so many reasons not to do shit. It drives me crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I told myself many years ago that I wasn't gonna regret. Like I wasn't gonna come up with those excuses not to do something. I'm not gonna have any regrets. It's like, that's boring. Why do we want to live a safe life like that? You know what I mean? That's not for me.
Well, I totally believe that you have to be able to leave your footprint all over this earth. So when you leave this earth, the people that you love, that you left behind,
they have something to say about you.
Yeah, they have something. They see that light, whether you're there or not.
Legacy. Yeah.
Like why not try? Like if you can sing. If you could dance. If you're good at promotion, do that. If you're good at a podcast, do that. If you're good at, I don't know, playing checkers, playing cards, or want to be an astronaut, but you think you're too old, still try. You know, why not? What do you have to lose?
No, I agree. I absolutely agree. And and I keep those type of people around me too. I keep weird people around me, such as yourself. I mean, I don't think I have a friend that's just like a normal, boring.
Normal is boring. Normal is boring.
I don't like
something weird about.
Maybe one of my best friends, Aaron. You know Aaron. Yeah. He might be the most boring one, and he's not boring at all. I mean, he's so. I mean, he doesn't necessarily have any interest or talents, I would say, but he's one of the most beautiful people there is. So, I mean, that's unique in its own way. And he's, I don't know. Anyway.
So, I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people don't know about me. Okay. So,
I can't wait.
Here's the thing. Couple of things.
This is an unorthodox exclusive.
This is an unorthodox exclusive. Now, this one, a lot of people, they're going to have a hard time believing this. But I'm going to tell you a couple of things about me. So, my birth name is Elvis.
Whoa. Okay.
Like Elvis, I was named after Elvis Presley.
Got it.
Okay.
For real. Like, that's the government name.
Like, for real. My last name is Irizarry. My birth name is Elvis. My nickname, Gionni, is the one that I adopted many moons ago. And that's the one that stuck with me for everybody. So that's the one that I do just about everything. Entertainment, business, everything. Okay? And I'm a Puerto Rican with an Italian name. Oh, how weird is that, right?
Yeah, okay.
But here's the thing. A couple things about me. I have never smoked weed. I never smoked cigarette. I had never done any type of drugs. I have never had a threesome. I have never, yeah, right.
Fun facts. All the fun facts. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a fact. I have
never. Wait, hold on. Is that you? Are you like in hopes that happens? Like,
oh no, I have plenty of. I have plenty of chances. Like,
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I had plenty. I had friends
I
of
thought you
mine.
were like, just saying, ladies, I haven't had one yet.
No,
So
no, no, no,
yeah,
no. I had plenty of women that wanted to break me in. I even had
I see.
one time I had 4 women.
Wanted to break you in.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
one time I had 4 women that asked me, "Hey, will you have all of us at once?" And I'm like, it was 3 good-looking ones, one that was toe up from the floor up, and I'm like, no, I know how this is gonna play out. I'm gonna end up with the one flow up, toe up. They're like, no, I'm good. But no, what it is that I'm passionate, and I like the one-on-one.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
it's
get,
just,
yeah, for sure.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
It's
can't.
just,
I agree with you. And you really can't do any multiple partner thing. I think if it's someone that you care about either. Yeah.
exactly.
For me, anyway. I know some people can separate that, but I'm not one.
Yeah, plus if I was gonna do that, it would be 2 women. It would never be involved with another guy. You know?
Yeah. I can't. I'm not that way either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I might talk raw and I might talk a lot of jokes about, you name it, but I'm straight. I'm straight.
Yeah.
So, but I love the the personal connection between just me and her. And I appreciate that so much that uh, I had plenty of times that friends of mine was like, hey, you want to do this, you want to do that, good looking women, and I was it just like I'd rather do just me one and just me and you than have all this. And it's and then don't get me wrong, I said, man, it crossed my mind. I said, man, I was like, I this close to doing it, but it just but now after all these years, I could say that I'm very unique because I don't know one single person around me. Well, I do, I have bumped into people, but it's rare to find a person, my age, 21, and that has not smoked weed, that has not done drugs, and have kept uh, the body actually as pure as you could take it. Like the movie said, I'm the last of the Mohicans, and
Yeah.
this time I'm the last of the Puerto Ricans, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I it carries certain amount of being proud to be able to say
Mm.
I have never had drugs influence on my body. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I drink every now and then, like right now, I got a Puerto Rican cup, drinking some ranchada,
Okay.
relaxing. I drink occasionally. Um, um, but the biggest high that I have ever experienced is being on stage, performing your own talent for other people, whether it's singing, dancing, uh, doing different things like that. I don't sit here and usually say, "Oh, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do this." Except for this interview, because this interview is to interview what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I never brag or tell people I've done all this, because you shouldn't have to. Your own actions should be able to speak for you, and the people around you that see what you do, they will speak for you. you know and like I always say this: you always got a group of friends. Let's say you got 5 friends. You got the one that is loyal but talks too much, the one that is loyal but he's a cemetery. That means that he's going to tell you none of your secrets. Okay. Then you have the two that you hang out with, and then you have the one that runs his mouth, just tells everybody everything about everybody's business. So how do you handle that? So the first two you keep, and that to keep them close, because that's the one that you can rely on. The other two, that's who you hang around with whenever you want to go anywhere. But the last one that can't keep a secret. So the way you handle that, you only tell them positive stuff. So when he runs his mouth, all he's doing is telling positive stuff. You make sure that anything that you do, they don't find out, because there's no reason for nobody to find out what you do. Always keep your stuff on the low. There's no reason for that, you know. But that person, you only feed them a little bit of what you want to do. I'm gonna tell you a secret. I don't want nobody to know. You already know everybody's gonna know. So you tell them something good. And that person will go da 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 da, because that type of person. There's two type of people in the world. I always tell there's two type of people. There's
ones that like fried chicken and ones that don't.
Exactly. And there's people that love drama, that feed off of drama. They can't function without drama. And there's other people like me, I avoid drama. I tell anybody that I have ever dated, I tell them, the one thing you won't do is argue with me in front of people. Because I'm gonna tell you this is how I will handle an argument in front of people. They come blah 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 blah. I say, hold on, hold that thought. Just hold that thought. Just give me 1 second. Just hold on. I'll be right back. I'll get in my car. I'll leave that person right there. Whether it's a guy or girl, I will leave you right there. Because it's just like
nobody's sucking your energy. I love it.
No, there's vampires out there. Actually, people that are vampires.
Energy vampires for sure.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. And I always tell every guy, when your woman is in a bad mood, kiss her. But when you kiss her, whether she wants to or not, kiss her tenderly. Grab the bottom of her lip, suck on it. You know what I'm saying? Just Maybe she look at you like, what's going on? I was like, that was for you.
I was not prepared for that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like you gotta know how to handle people that are negative in your life. Just like the person that talks a lot, give them positive stuff. You know? And remember, there's always people that are friends with you because you represent what they are not. So they feed off of you because they don't know how to produce that light. But you got to be careful of those that will suck you dry.
No, man, that's a good point, because that's exactly what it is, man. And then sometimes even people start to resent you for the very thing that they fell in love with you for, or the reason why, because you represent what they're not, as you said. And then they all end up kind of resenting you for it, and sometimes, So
yeah,
the human condition, man, it's a crazy thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's whether you know it or not. And I tell this to people: it's not that people are never evil. I mean, there's evil people out there, but people, I don't see people as being evil. I see people as having bad habits and not knowing the difference. I see a lot of people that complain, you can never trust anybody. You can't trust nobody these days. Well, first of all, how good of a friend you were? How good are your friend are? How good are your friend are you to that person?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people will complain about not having a good friend, but they themselves are not good friends. You know what I'm saying? So, just like a guy said one time, if you see 3 girls walking up to you, they're all pretty. Who do you know? How do you know who's the good woman? Who the other 2 that are not worth looking at? And of course, a woman will say, well, me because of this, that. But if you see 3 lions walking up to you hungry, how do you know which one is not going to eat you? The same concept. You said 3 women walking up to you, 3 lions walking up to you. You do not know which one is good for you and which of the other one is going to eat you, if not all 3.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the same thing goes with friendship. You got to know how to be a friend, to show them how to be a friend, because sometimes you do not know what's going through their heads. Like I was saying earlier, you don't never know what state of mind the person is.
And we're going back to that modeling that we talked about.
Yeah. And also, when they come up to you and they befriend you, since you don't know them, it is your job to get to know them so that you know how to protect yourself and you know how to handle that person. Just like the person that runs their mouth, you already know they can't hold a secret. So why will you tell them anything deep or personal of yours? You don't. You tell them good things of you so that person will run their mouth, and believe it or not, they become your tool, your own mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, because you give them so much good energy, they will learn how to be a better friend and not tell all your business out. Mm-hmm. I always tell people, don't offer information about yourself. If they don't ask, don't tell them.
Yeah, you don't want to give anybody anything to use against you, or people will.
There's no reason for people to know anything about you.
Yeah.
If you, I always tell people, uh, especially women, when they get involved with other men that are not good for them. I was like, or people's opinion, because sometimes the first opinion that you get is from your family. And this is what I say to people: if they're not helping you with your kids, if they're not paying your bills, if they're not feeding you, if they're not got a roof over your head, their opinion matters little or nothing at all.
Mm.
Don't worry about what the next person is doing. Water your own garden and watch it grow. If it's not growing, then look for a different avenue to make it grow. Stop looking at somebody else's shit or somebody else's drama, because that's going to seep into your shit.
Yeah, and I think what a lot of people don't understand is everybody's their own personal, your own success is unique to you. Like, yeah, there's other people has models of success, right? That works for them, and you can kind of mimic that or follow that, but you're gonna have, it's almost as unique as your own fingerprint, because you're gonna have your own unique set
Yeah,
of circumstances and things that you need to overcome to get there. That's unique to you, and
yeah,
I think that's, if people understand that, you see it's such a waste of time to be so caught up in everybody else's shit, because you're not them, they're not you. You know what I
exactly,
mean? So
exactly. I think that everybody is unique. You should experience everything you can experience, but always be considerate of the consequences of your actions. There's no reason for you to hurt people around you. Um, and it is funny how people could talk to a total stranger and tell them all their business, but yet uh, limit people that actually love you. Think
mm,
about yourself. You know what I'm saying? If that even makes sense, you
you gotta
know?
be there, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like that emotional punching bag for people.
exactly.
You make them that, or they make you that. Someone that you love or care about. It's safe to, or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, always remember that a punching bag sooner or later is going to bust, and it's
yeah,
not. It's
yeah.
gonna. It doesn't matter who it is. They will walk away from you. People will help you, but people get tired. They will get tired of your bullshit. They will
Hmm.
get tired of helping you because you're not advancing. You're stuck in the same situation whether they help you or not, and it's by choice. Most of the stuff that you do is by choice.
Yeah.
So if you choose not to excel, if you choose to stay in the same uh, current situation,
Well, it's choosing to stay in the mindset. It's not
exactly.
doing that, it's not doing
And
that
it,
internal work to that self reflection to understand what those barriers are that you're putting on yourself, and working to remove them.
yeah,
Right? We
exactly.
kind of stuck in this world that we create for ourselves, and trying to get out of that is just so uncomfortable. It's such a daunting task, because you could throw someone in a pile of shit, and they'll eventually, and like they gotta live in that shit, literal shit. They would eventually get used to it, and it'd be
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and then they call that uh, you know that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. It's like you get in a situation, and if you stay long enough, that's all you know, and then you don't see no other way. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And you think
You're
that
so
is
comfortable that you can't even wash it off of you and get to the next thing. It's like it's too difficult. Right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
that's
I get
tough
it.
to. But I think this is a good place to pivot, because we're almost at 2 hour mark here. Conversation's been great.
Oh wow, yeah, an
Yeah,
hour
no,
and 44 minutes. That
yeah, that's
flew.
crazy. So what I wanted to talk about before we get up out of here is, and you kind of alluded to a few things, but what's next for you now? I know you've got you sing, you dance, you got the food truck, you promote events, you got and I know you got New Year's Eve concert or event coming up, which I
Yeah,
love.
get
I
to.
love the guys that you got on there. Every singer every performer you have is dope, man. Flint
Thank
Child,
you.
the guy that's the DJ, he's the
Yeah,
DJ, but he
DJ
sings
Low.
better
Yeah.
than any of them. Dude, that
Oh
dude
yeah,
is
I know. That's my
um,
brother right there,
yeah,
Lorenzo.
you get up there. My boy Levi, incredible.
Yeah,
Him and
Levi's
Terry.
awesome.
And then when you get Kevin up there, which I'm hoping, I'm for sure going to have them on this podcast so people can
Yeah.
get to know them. There's some great people, but yeah, Flint Child, I really like him a lot. I kind of want to get to know that guy, man. He just seems like he's awesome. That
Yeah.
that the older
Flint Child's
gentleman, the older gentleman that you have that opens, older black dude's pretty good. So
Gardell. Gardell.
yeah.
That's a sexy chocolate right there.
Yep. Yeah, and you know, so it's rare that any promoter around this area has some talent that's just every one of them's hitting. Every one of them. That's no exaggeration. So, man, I enjoy it.
I think that our town is filled with talent. I just don't think that they get much opportunity to show it.
Right.
And as to your question, what is next for me? Well, on New Year's Eve, I'm doing a black and white party, and general admission is $20 to get in. But if you get a VIP, the VIP get $3 drinks on New Year's Eve. They get a dinner served. While they're getting dinner served, you're gonna have the saxophonist Antonio Moose on stage playing.
Yeah, he was
yeah. Yep. Then we're gonna have they have a private show. VIP got a private show. It's a comedian, impersonator, and magician. So he's gonna impersonate like Denzel Washington, all them people.
Okay.
So he's gonna do that, and that's a private show for VIP. And the food, oh my God, man, name it. We got pasta, we got barbacoa, we got boneless chicken, we have spaghetti with meatballs.
Is Mexican catering?
Huh?
Is Mexican catering?
Oh yeah, Mexican cuisine.
Okay.
My food truck, yeah, it's gonna be catering. So that's what I got going on. I got the black and white party coming out December 31st at JW's. 617 South Door Highway in Flint. And then I got 4 performers after that for the night. One of them is Levi, Viticus, Yes. And then I have Gardell, I got Flint Child, and I think that it's gonna be rock. My boy Roy is going to be hosting it while I'll be promoting everything else, handling everything.
Roy Simpson out there?
Yeah, Roy Simpson. He's going to be hosting it while I do everything else. And but I think it's going to be a good turnout. Last year was just amazing. And to get in, you got to be either wear all black or all white or black and white.
Okay.
I'm trying to get something elegant. Yeah. But aside from that,
hold it to a standard.
Yeah, 100% standard. So aside from that, next year I'm going to be working on my food truck. I'm already set up for Genesee County Fair, for Back to the Bricks, for a Novi, Michigan State Fair over there. So then I got the zoo at Bertrand. We're going to be doing all their events. So it's set up for the food truck really well. I'm releasing, hopefully next year I could release 2 more books on Amazon. And then I'll release an album and iTunes. Aside from that, I'm still a massage therapist, and so I think and then dance practice during the summer. So I think I'm going to be a little busy. I'm going to be busy.
No, that's incredible, man.
But I'll be bored. I'll be bored if I don't do that.
Yeah. What if somebody wants to hit up the food truck? Where can they go to find where you're at?
Okay. So the food truck is called Mexican Cuisine. Mexi with 2 I's. MEXII/RICAN. Mexican Cuisine. And you can find me on Facebook. Of course, Gionni Irizarry. You can find me on Facebook. If they want to find our schedule, it'll be posted there. Usually on the weekend, we'd be at Autumn's Lounge, Yanni's Autumn's Lounge on Fenton and Bristol, and we posted there on the weekend. Even though I'm not sure if we're going to continue because winter is here. So if we decide to not serve food, it would be for the month of January, February. We'll be back in March. Take a break. It'll be like a short vacation program.
So if anybody wanted to get a massage from you,
if you got a massage, always. I only answer the text, so it's 810-597-6806, and our office is located. We just moved from Davison to Otisville, outskirts of Otisville, so it's down in 15. they could always reach out to my phone and book a session. Um, the same number for Mexican cuisine. But I only answer to text only because I'm always busy, and if I'm working, I can't answer my phone. Um, but that's the summarize of what I got for next year. It's going to be busy. Hopefully, I could get one or two vacations out of that. I want to visit Puerto Rico again.
Oh, there you go. Good. All your family's back here, or are they some in Puerto Rico?
No, most of my family is in the United States. I got my sisters are in Texas. My brother's in Atlanta. My other brother's in California. My other brother is in Florida. And then me and my brother Anthony are here in Michigan with my mom. So
Gotcha.
yeah, so a little bit. We all spread out all over the place.
Yeah.
You'll find an Irizarry in every state. You know.
Well, at least you have some place to stay everywhere. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Go all over the place, and you got some place to stay, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, man, I think that about wraps it up, man. That was great conversation. Thank you for coming on and telling us a little bit about yourself, a lot about yourself.
Well, I
Um,
appreciate for the interview.
yeah,
This was the first time that I've been in one other cast before, but it was more about music.
mm,
This one was more generalized to everything
yeah,
and different perspectives. So I really liked this conversation because you gave me the opportunity to spread my wings a little bit, you know,
yeah, yeah.
and I appreciate
Well,
that.
yeah, I'm glad to have been able to do that for
Uh,
sure.
just just for the people out there, remember that weird is not weird. Weird is just a perspective of talent that you just
Yeah,
showing because you can.
yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I keep weird people around me, man.
Nothing
Uh,
wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong. Yeah, it just keeps life worth living.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, so that's good, man. Again, thank you for coming on.
I
For
appreciate you.
anybody who needs to find Gionni, he's all over Facebook.
Gionni
So
Irizarry, man.
Gionni Irizarry, Elvis Irizarry,
I know,
uh,
right? Don't say that out loud.
the
Yeah,
21-year-old.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
hey, you know what I mean?
man, you got to tell us what your skin routine is, man. Your regimen that
You
you
know
have.
what? I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's funny because let me ask you a question. When you shave, when you do your beard, do you use
I
uh
don't. I don't actually. I'm
me
I'm
neither.
weird. I'm an outlier. I don't
No,
use.
no, I don't I never
I'm
used
dry
anything on my
shaving. I'm
face.
dry shave. A dry shave.
Yeah, I do dry shave. That's what I do. But you know what I honestly at
That's the
least
secret.
twice a month I'll put botana oil on my face.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, botana oil is
I was
just to
hoping you'd have some like ancient tradition passed down from your grandmother in Puerto Rico.
yeah. Yeah.
Like
I mean
you got you crush
I
up
mean
plantains or black beans and with some
no
sort of coconut in you. I don't know. I was
yeah.
hoping.
No, I mean I got a lot of things that she showed me. Like for example, when somebody is complaining a lot, just grab them and throw them against the wall. But that's besides the point. You know, that's besides the point. But no, I put some botana oil on my face twice a month. But for the most part, I don't put anything in my face. I think I got my skin from my mom because my mom looked phenomenal, phenomenal. I think
Good
that
genes.
I just want to grow up to be like her, you know, just like you. Like when I grow up, I want to be like you. You're my role model, you know,
Flattered. I'm flattered.
you know. But
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, I think that your outside will be reflected of what you got inside, you know.
Yeah.
And
That's beautiful.
and the only thing I could tell to people out there, uh, and back to this, um, when you do affirmations, or when you pray, both putting both hand in hand. Ask for three things. Ask for wisdom. Intelligence and wisdom are two different things. Intelligent, you know about things, but wisdom tell you how to handle it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So ask for wisdom. Ask for peace in your mind because you could be stressed out. You need that peace. So ask for peace of the mind. And last but not least, ask to learn how to forgive.
That's a
Not
big one.
just, yeah, not just in love, but just in general and everything else. But all three always end up with saying in a positive way. Because you can ask for peace, you can ask for, forgiveness, and you can ask for wisdom. But you can learn all that shit the wrong way and get your butt kicked by life. So you
Mm-hmm.
always want to end up with saying, I want all this, but in a positive way.
Man,
That's it.
that is some sound advice, and we're going to end it there. Thank you so much. I am
My
Trey
man.
Fisher. That is Gionni Irizarry.
Thanks. Thank you
And
so
this
much.
is, yes, thank you for coming on. And we will see you guys next time on another episode of Unorthodox.
May the Schwartz be with you.